You tuned in to the 7-day theory. Hard body, hard spirit.
Niggas wanna keep posting. Think this shit alright. I'ma hurt a nigga hard.
King would post a photo of a young 50 Cent holding up a drawing of his mother. He would caption the photo by saying this: "You are a great artist, little nigga. Look just like Miss Jackson ugly. How much to buy it? At 50 Cent, I'll pay top dollar." 50 Cent would post a photo of himself to Instagram saying, "To entertain is to provoke emotion. Love me or hate me, it's cool. Just care enough to feel some kind of way. Tomorrow's gonna be a slow news day. Or y'all can just make some shit up. I'm busy, LOL." T.I. would post a photo of 50 Cent holding an adult toy. He would say, "I changed my mind too, FN. I don't want you to rap because we all know it'll be ass anyway. We just want you to answer to these Johnsons you juggling in real life. You can write a poem, draw a picture, do a dance or something to explain this shit because we want to know. Now, keep on posting. I don't make memes, I make music, pussy." 50 Cent would seemingly respond by posting news that his boxing drama Fightland got greenlit. He would say, "I know what you're thinking. How is this happening? It's very simple. I'm on fire. I'll take these L's. LOL. GLG. Greenlight gang." Did the biggest troll in hip hop just take his first L? Did he just take his first L over the internet? Something that he been damn near undefeated. Did we just witness him take his first L? Let's talk about it. What up, my people? Hard body, hard spirit. You already know. Check this. All right, you seen the title. All rappers are snitches. Yeah. Just let that sink in for a minute. Let that sink in. Because in light of the new paperwork, mind you, because there was already paperwork from when he got in a scuffle at the Hit Squad the studio where him and Ja Rule and they crews fought. He had an order of protection put on Ja Rule. We already seen that paperwork. King released a whole different paperwork, a whole nother that nobody. I've heard people talk about it. Black Child, he talked about it in his Can Capone interview that he just did. And I'm gonna read the paperwork for y'all. This is new paperwork. And just for the backstory, this is what happened, right? Before I read this paperwork for y'all. We all know, famous story, we all know the stories. He got shot 9 times. Yeah, that happened. The person who did that, who paid for it, was Irv Gotti. This is according to Curtis. This is why he feared for his life. This is why we got the paperwork. Because he feared for his life and he snitched to the police. Literally called the police and snitched and talked to him in person. Now, he was into it. Him and Supreme was beefing, right? This is before 50 really was in the industry, before he got his name worldwide. They was beefing. Jimmy Henchman was involved, right? Jimmy Henchman was on Supreme's side, obviously. And he said Supreme and Irv Gotti paid for this hit, right? And he was into it with Jimmy Henchman and Supreme and Irv Gotti and all them, Ja Rule, all them, right? What happened was, now I didn't know this. This is news to me. I heard about them beating up. They jumped him, Tony, the Lodi Mac. They beat up a kid, a teenager. They beat up Jimmy Henchman's son. Now I didn't know that. I thought when they said they beat up Jimmy Henchman's son, I thought he was a grown man. This kid was 14 years old. 14 years old. They beat up a 14-year-old kid because they was trying to get to his father. Why you beat up somebody's son? Like, I get there's beef, but like this just shows you 50 Cent has a history of doing this, of being in beef with somebody, and I'm into it with you. Let me beat up your son. Let me talk about your wife. Let me talk about your mom. Let me talk about, you know what I mean? He has a pattern of behavior. So this lines up with what he does. So I didn't know at the time when they said that they beat up Jimmy Henchman's son. I thought he was grown. According to this, no, they beat up a 14-year-old, which is weird, right? And for retaliation for that, right? For that, Jimmy Henchman shot and unalived Lodi Mac. R.I.P. to Lodi Mac. Unalived Lodi Mac. And when that happened, 50 Cent called the police because he feared that he was next. right? And he had already been shot. So I'm gonna read the paper. I'm gonna put it up for y'all. On or about October 9th, 2009, S.A. Brian Smith received an anonymous call from cell phone number redacted. The caller stated that we should investigate James Roseman, aka Jimmy Henchman, in regards to the Lowell Fletcher, aka Lodi Mack homicide. After further investigation, it was discovered that the phone used to place the anonymous tip was connected to Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. On October 12, 2009, S.A. Brian Smith and David Torres arrived at the home of Jackson located at redacted Farmington, Connecticut. Jackson confirmed that he was the person who placed the anonymous call and that he was in fear of his life following the death of Lowell Lodi Mack Fletcher. When asked what he believed the motive for Henchman to murder Lodi, he stated that he believed Lodi was killed for the assault on Henchman's 14-year-old son. Lodi and various band members from the unit group had participated in. Jackson stated that he would cooperate with the investigation and would be willing to provide any information he may have in connection to the shootings involving Jimmy Henchman. Jackson disclosed that he was shot in the past and the persons who attempted to kill him had been hired by Irving Lorenzo, aka Irv Gotti, and Kenneth McGriff, aka Supreme, further asserting the fear for his life. Oh, now look, we gotta address the elephant in the room, right? 50 Cent, beloved, one of the most beloved hip hop artists, and really one of the most impactful since Tupac. When in his prime, the impact he had was damn near on a Tupac level, right? It's not the same, because look, they're not the same people. Tupac was hell of a way better person, artist, everything. He's better at 50 and everything. But the impact he had, it was like a Tupac. I say like, very lightly, like a Tupac, right? He was on fire. So I get why people are trying to defend him and stuff, but we got to come to terms. We got to come to terms with this. Look, power corrupts absolutely, right? Power corrupts absolutely. And this is why I think, and I'm gonna talk about the T.I. and King stuff in a minute. Because King just like 5 minutes ago, released a 50 Cent diss song called Say Less. It just dropped right before I made this video. But let's address the fact that why we have so many of these artists, a Young Thug, a Gunna, a Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross. Everybody swept Rick Ross being a CEO under the rug, right? Because he made great music. We got to start separating and start separating the men from the music, or the women from the music, right? Because a lot of these people that we grew up thinking that they was just the realest, toughest gangsters to ever walk this earth, and they talking that shit on records, that don't mean it's true. that does not mean it's true. Just because someone doesn't say, and look, we can even go to some of the biggest gangsters, some of the biggest rap artists, a lot of the biggest rap artists have snitched in some type of way. Either they talk to police when they close that door, they go into that room and they close that door and it's just them, they talking. We seen that with Young Thug. We seen that, right? Even though he didn't write a actual statement, he talked with police. And what are you not supposed to do? You're not supposed to say shit, right? So they're already violating. Then we got paperwork on 50 Cent. We got Gunna. We already know he did what he did. 6ix9ine, he did what he did, and it's always this is what gets people like going to bat for these people, and it's why it's so confusing. It's because before 6ix9ine snitched, he was going on a Test My Gangster world tour. He was talking that shit. Whole squad, I'm a killer too. Whole squad, I'm a killer too. You're not, dog. This is art. We are talking about music. Just because a person gets on a record and makes it sound good and you like the song, and what they're saying on the song is that they're the toughest gangster and nobody can beat them, don't mean it's true. They're just talking shit. It doesn't mean it's true. This is the only form of music where we literally, and I get why it happens. Trust me, I get it. I get why it happens, because these artists we take what they say as word is bond, right? Because this is supposed to be them expressing themselves, but them expressing their true selves. Guess what? Not every rap artist is expressing their true selves. A lot of them are telling stories. They're telling shit they seen. They're telling shit that they ain't been through, but they know about, or they just making shit up. Or some of them are talking some real shit that they did. But that doesn't change the fact that later on, they might have snitched or they talked to the police, right? So we got to separate the music from the artist. I know a lot of us grew up, me included, put on that rap CD and everything that they said in that growing up, I was living by, right? I was going by, I was thinking this was the truth and this was really them, right? We got to come to terms that rap is just another art form. Just like rock, we don't do this with the rock artists. We don't do this with the R&B artists. We don't do this with any other genre of music but rap. That we hold these rappers to the standard that their music can't just be art. It got to be real life, right? That we got to dead all that. That's over with. It's done. It's been done. This is an art form and this is art. This is not a biography. This is not history. This is art, and that's what we need to take it as, because we got a whole bunch of people, me included, looked up to 50 Cent. Oh, he a real one. He this, he that. He the biggest. He the biggest gangster. Nobody can beat him. He did this. He took 9 shots, and right. That don't mean that your character is good. That doesn't mean your morals are aligned with our morals and principles, right? Just because you can make a catchy hook and rap real good, don't mean you a great or good person. And I argue that 50 Cent is neither of those, from what we've seen. And like even like the Snoop Dogs, we done learned he talked to the police. Now I'm not about to go through if y'all want to look more into these rappers that I'm naming that snitched, go ahead and do a little quick Google search. You will see what I'm talking about. But there's proof out there that these artists snitched, right? And yeah, does it suck? Does it suck to know that a Snoop Dogg, somebody that changed rap forever, one of the biggest names in rap, ran to the police and told on somebody? Yeah, all right, it sucks. But look, everybody's human, right? Nobody's perfect. So people do things that are not going to align with who you think they are. But we don't know these people fully anyway. So, and even if you do know somebody fully, that doesn't mean that they can have a weak moment, or they can't change their mind or change their attitude towards snitching or whatever and start snitching, right? But it's always the biggest gangsters, right? That get, even now I'm talking about street gangsters, because a lot of street legends even snitch. Look at a Big U. Big U was the damn near one of the was cripping since damn near the beginning almost. Look what he going through now, and look what he was doing. He was in the grid program. He was writing down serial numbers to guns, give to the police. He had a cell phone that went directly to the police. Right, this grid program. It's snitching, and this is supposed to be the top shelf, biggest, most famous, most toughest gangster, right? Then you look at a Big Meech, which people they still debating. Did he snitch? Did he not? Look at Max B, right? Even him. All these, it's always, and look at the. And it'd always be the biggest, toughest gangsters that rat, right? It'd be the ones that you don't expect, that you think, all right, this dude is solid. It'd be those ones. And they're usually the ones that are calling out other people for snitching. And they're doing that to deflect. You ever met somebody that loves to point out everybody's flaws, right? But they might have the same exact flaws, but they don't talk about their flaws. They talk about everybody else. They'll go in a room and start bashing everybody because they don't want people to look at them and their negative qualities. That's what these rappers and gangsters are doing when they point out, like 50 Cent tried to say that T.I. snitched and Big Meech snitched, right? But all along, he's doing that because he knows he snitched. So he's trying to call out other people to draw the attention away from him and on to other people, all right? That's something they do. And really, I think they, like a Young Thug and all them, I think they get too big. The power corrupts, right? And all these big street legends, like a Big U and a Big Meech, they get so big that I think they believe that they can do whatever they want, including talking to the police and thinking that no one's going to find out, right? Like, power corrupts absolutely. Straight up. That's the, like, y'all know that, y'all been heard that. That's true. This, it corrupts. This is why Donald Trump gets in office and says and things like, I can go for a third term and, oh, I didn't lose, right? They get so big headed that they don't even want to admit defeat, and they think they can do anything. This is why we have millionaires doing tax evasion and Trump taking sealed files. Remember when they raided his house and he had all them sealed files? He wasn't supposed to take out the White House. He did that, right? They think they're above the law. This is why we have an Epstein, why we have a Trump. They think they're above the law, and it's because it's really a human trait, because when you give a human that much power, it corrupts them. It's not natural, I'll say. It's not natural, right? For a human to have, one man to have all that power. Kanye West said it best. No one man can have all that power. It's true. Now, this might be 50 Cent's first internet L. Because, for one, he deleted all the pictures of T.I. and Tiny, right? He deleted them all. Then he posted Tiny again. And now, as of right now, like 7 o'clock on Thursday, he deleted all the pictures and all the posts of T.I. and Tiny. He deleted all of them. And all he put up was, his latest post was talking about how his boxing drama show got greenlit. Fightland or whatever it's called got greenlit. And he said, I'll take the L. I'm on fire. My shit is greenlit, right? So pretty much he's admitting defeat, but he's okay with it because he's making a business move. So he's going to make more money off of this because he's getting more attention than ever. And now he got a show greenlit. So that's more money in his pocket, right? So this might be his first L, though. This might be his first L. And he even admitted, he said, I'll take the L. He said it. He said it out his mouth. T.I.'s son King released a song called Say Less. It's a 50 Cent diss. In that, he said, let's keep it gangster. I thought women and children was off limits, right? That's a real thing, right? These codes have been broken so much that we done damn near forgot about the codes. We forgot women and children is off limits. Why is 50 Cent? Why is you talking about a woman when you into it with her man? What does his wife got to do with any of this? Nothing. And T.I. did respond. Obviously, he said, look, I don't care about you rapping no more. That was him responding to 50 Cent saying that, look, y'all, I don't want to rap. Y'all want me to rap. And really, nobody wants you to rap. A versus is just you doing your songs again. You feel me? That's not really you making no new content. But we all know 50 Cent, he's done with the rap game. And really, I wouldn't want to hear a 50 Cent song, a new one. I really wouldn't. Because he fell off. After that second album, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. The first album was great. The first G-Unit tape was great. The mixtapes was great. But after that, it was downhill. So he's not gonna give you a get rich or die trying again. It's not gonna happen. And he's not even gonna try to give you that because he's not gonna rap. So T.I. responded to him, and this might be. Mark this down in your calendar. This might be the first L that 50 Cent done took in the rap game. The biggest troll might have just got defeated by one of the littlest people in hip hop, like height wise. From not T.I. He didn't give 50 Cent his L. He kind of. King done stole the show. He dropped the paperwork. He defending his mama. He brought up 50 Cent's mom, which I don't believe in dissing the dead, but he did that, right? And really, you can't really be mad at him because he's defending his mom, right? He shouldn't. That's 50 Cent's fault for even bringing up his mom when she ain't had nothing to do with it. So really, I don't fault King for that. And King might have just gave 50 Cent, King, somebody who we wasn't even thinking of. Right? Everybody was thinking about T.I. No. King came with the energy, that he might have gave 50 Cent his first L. I'm just saying. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. 7-day, we got memberships, $1.99 a month. If you do sign up for the membership, I will shout your name out on every video. Shout out to John Paul. Been rocking with me since the beginning. Keep your head up and your eyes open. I'm out.
You're now listening to the 7 Day Theory. Hard body, hard soul, hard